Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Haley and you're watching Between the Pages. My next book review for you today is Threads That Bind by Kika Hatsapolo. I'm not sure. It's a Greek last name, so I'm going to let you pronounce it how you want. This is about three sisters who are descended from the Fates. So they have the powers of the Fates, and that's specifically to weave, draw, and cut like lifelines and other types of threads that are in our lives that bind us to people and things like that. So in this, Io has a fate thread to a boy named Edai, or it's like Edei, so I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I'm gonna say Edai, it sounds better. And she's known about this fate thread forever, and through hijinks, and she's kind of like a detective, so she has to solve a murder, so it's also got kind of like a murder mystery to it, which I didn't mind. I usually don't like it, but I didn't mind it in this because it kind of makes sense. And so she knows about this fate thread and it kind of brings them together, and so she meets her soulmate or whoever who's on the other end of the thread, the fate thread or whatever, and it was so good. I can't remember if I gave this a 4 or a 5. I think I gave it a 5. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, she's talking about a fate thread, and like literally the only thing that's running through my mind is Invisible String by Taylor Swift, because she's talking about like this thread like bound me to you, an invisible string bound me to you, and I was like, that's all I could think about when Io was talking about her fate thread. And Edai is actually in a gang. Like he's one of the like soldiers, I guess you could say, in the gang. And I bought it so much quicker than I did in Violent Delights. Or it's Violent Delights, right? I think it was, yeah. And because when I was reading that, I did not buy the whole like gang rivalry thing. I didn't buy it. The only thing that I have like criticisms about is there were big leaps in logic. I was like, they were like, oh, it's this person who's the murderer. Oh, it's this person. Oh, it's this person. Oh, it's this person. And then like she has like one of those like italicized O's, like oh, like something dawns on her, and I was like, excuse me, how did you come up with that? I'm gonna need you to explain your logic to me, because it was like so many twists and turns. So I don't know if I just missed something somewhere, but I was like, how are they the murderer? I mean, it kind of makes sense, because the person who ends up like ultimately being the murderer, I was like, that kind of makes sense, but at the same time, I'm like, what? Because I think it's this one person, and then it ends up being someone else, and I'm just like, what? This doesn't make any sense. Like, explain to me how you got to this logic. And like, I thought for sure that at the end, I was like, oh, I know where this is going. I was gonna cut the fate thread, and because they said like if you cut your fate thread or your thread to anything, like you stop feeling like intense emotions associated with that thing. So I thought, okay, well, she's gonna sacrifice her fate thread to Edai, and I was just like, I am ready for the heartbreaking angst that is gonna come to this, like having to like because they say that like sometimes threads can be like reformed if there's enough effort. So I thought for sure that that was gonna happen, but it didn't. Like at some point, like the gang leader of Edai's gang, who's like, he was like right under her, she ends up like dying and then coming back, and then at the end they're like, you know who's responsible for this? The gods are not dead, because supposedly in this world, like, the gods are dead. They fucked off to nowhere. They're like, okay, have fun, kind of like God and Supernatural. And so that's what they're going to do in the sequel. They're going to go fight the gods. So I'm really interested, because Outcrate's doing a sequel to this. Like a special edition sequel. Oh my god. It goes on sale at the end of this month, and I'm so ready, because I ordered Masquerade of the Heart, which is the sequel to Garden of the Curse, which I've not read. But this one, I was like, I need this sequel, because I thought about pre-ordering like the regular cover when I finished this, because I was like, I need the sequel. I need it now. I need to know what's going to happen. And plus this edition is just gorgeous. And I am so excited that they're doing another edition of the sequel, and it is also holographic foil from what I can see from the pictures that they've shown. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, that was my incredibly short, I didn't really have a lot to say about Threads That Bind. It was kind of where I was like, I had a good time, but then I was like, it was kind of okay. I don't have a lot to say about it because, like I said, I was confused for most of the book. I was like, I don't know who the murderer is. I don't know how you got to this conclusion and everything, but okay, I guess. So yeah, I guess I will see you guys later. Bye!